Welcome to Top 10 Highlights. Today, we're taking a disturbing journey through the twisted lives of history's most notorious serial killers. These individuals did more than kill. They crafted lives built on deception and control, hiding their darkest secrets behind a mask of normalcy. From charming sociopaths to those who lurked in the shadows, each killer had a unique and terrifying way of luring in their victims, evading capture, and concealing their crimes. And trust us, the last entry will leave you speechless. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because part 2 will bring even more horrifying stories you won't want to miss. In this episode, we're peeling back the layers on 10 of the most notorious killers from around the world. Their twisted stories go beyond murder, revealing a chilling mastery of manipulation and an ability to blend into society. Each killer lived two lives, one seen by neighbors and family, and one hidden, filled with unimaginable horror. Jack the Ripper. In London's fog-shrouded East End, the figure of Jack the Ripper haunts the streets to this day. During a brutal autumn in 1888, this unidentified killer prowled Whitechapel, targeting women who were often marginalized and defenseless. The Ripper's savage acts weren't just about murder, they were a gruesome display, as he mutilated each victim in a way that seemed designed to both terrify and taunt the police. Jack's eerie letters to the authorities and local newspapers included cryptic messages and bloody taunts, making him a master of psychological manipulation as much as physical violence. To this day, the Ripper's identity remains unknown, with countless theories ranging from a local butcher to a member of the royal family. His unsolved case has become the stuff of legend, turning him into a symbol of London's dark past and sparking ongoing fascination around the world. Ted Bundy. The name. Ted Bundy conjures images of charming confidence, but beneath his handsome exterior lay a predator who would claim the lives of at least 30 women across multiple states. Bundy had a near-mythical ability to blend in, using his wit, intelligence, and good looks to draw unsuspecting victims close. He often faked injuries, appearing weak or needing help, which disarmed his victims. What made Bundy so terrifying wasn't just the brutality of his crimes, but his calculated evasion tactics. He crossed state lines, changed his appearance, and even escaped custody twice, each time leaving behind a trail of tragedy and terror. His final confession just before his execution in 1989 revealed an astounding level of cruelty and lack of remorse, sealing his place as one of the most infamous killers in American history. Aileen Wuornos. Known as the Damsel of Death, Aileen Wuornos led a life of hardship long before she became one of America's most infamous female serial killers. Growing up amidst abuse and poverty, Wuornos eventually turned to prostitution and began targeting men she encountered along Florida's highways. In her mind, these men represented a threat, and her crimes were her twisted form of self-defense. Wuornos shot each of her victims, later disposing of their bodies in remote areas, making it difficult for police to piece together the mystery. Her arrest in 1991 led to a highly publicized trial, where she became a tragic figure as much as a villain. Wuornos' story was immortalized in the film Monster, and she remains a haunting reminder of how cycles of abuse and trauma can lead to unimaginable consequences. Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer's story is the stuff of nightmares, a soft-spoken young man whose Milwaukee apartment turned into a house of horrors. Dahmer didn't just kill, he was consumed by a macabre obsession with preserving parts of his victims as trophies, storing remains in his fridge and freezer. He lured young men back to his apartment, where he would kill them and carry out experiments on their bodies. His capture in 1991 shocked the nation, and his confessions revealed an unrepentant killer who seemed completely detached from his crimes. Dahmer's story exposes the terrifying reality of how a seemingly ordinary person can hide monstrous secrets, leaving behind a legacy of fear that continues to fascinate and disturb the public. John Wayne Gacy. Few killers managed to live such a disturbing double life as John Wayne Gacy. Known as the Killer Clown, Gacy was a respected member of his community, volunteering at children's events dressed as Pogo the Clown. But underneath the friendly exterior was a sadistic murderer who lured young men to his home, where he would torture and kill them. Gacy buried the remains of 26 victims in the crawlspace under his house, masking the odor with lime and often doing construction work to hide any evidence. When police finally searched his house in 1978, they uncovered one of the most disturbing crime scenes in history. Gacy's case became infamous, and his twisted persona as the Killer Clown forever changed the public's perception of clowns and strangers. H.H. Holmes. Known as America's first serial killer, H.H. Holmes crafted a deadly lair disguised as a hotel. His murder castle in Chicago was built with trapdoors, soundproof rooms, and secret passageways, designed to capture, kill, and dispose of victims without a trace. During the 1893 Chicago World's Fair, Holmes used the bustling city as a hunting ground, luring unsuspecting visitors to his hotel. He would later confess to killing 27 people, though the true number of his victims remains a mystery. Holmes's story reveals the chilling potential for evil masked behind a facade of charm and sophistication, and he remains a haunting figure in American history. Albert Fish. The crimes of Albert Fish are some of the most disturbing in the annals of American history. Known as the Gray Man, Fish targeted young children, often taunting the families of his victims with horrifying letters detailing his actions. His sadistic tendencies included torture and cannibalism, and he showed no remorse for his crimes. Fish was finally captured after a letter to one victim's family led police to his doorstep. His unrepentant demeanor in court shocked even seasoned detectives. Fish's story remains one of the most terrifying examples of a serial killer whose cruelty seemed boundless. Andrei Chikatilo, dubbed the Butcher of Rostov. Andrei Chikatilo haunted the Soviet Union for over a decade, preying on women and children. Chikatilo's method of hiding in remote forested areas allowed him to carry out his crimes undetected for years. With limited resources, Soviet authorities struggled to piece together the evidence, and Chikatilo was eventually caught in 1990, confessing to over 50 murders. His disturbing admissions and the sheer brutality of his actions left an indelible mark on Russian society, and his trial became one of the most infamous in Soviet history, exposing the failures of a system that let him evade capture for so long. Pedro Alonso Lopez. Known as the Monster of the Andes, Pedro Alonso Lopez's reign of terror extended across Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru, where he claimed to have murdered over 300 young girls. Lopez buried his victims in shallow graves in isolated areas, making it nearly impossible for authorities to track him. His arrest led to a shocking confession, but he was later released due to a lack of adequate legal frameworks in place to hold him. Lopez's continued freedom has left a haunting question mark over South America, as his current whereabouts remain unknown, making his case one of the most terrifying examples of a serial killer who may still be at large. Ed Gein's crimes went beyond murder. They were a disturbing blend of grave robbing and obsession with human anatomy. Gein would exhume bodies from local cemeteries and use the remains to create macabre items around his home, including lampshades and clothing. His sick fascination with the human body was revealed when authorities searched his farmhouse in Plainfield, Wisconsin, uncovering a collection of grotesque artifacts. Gein's story inspired horror icons such as Norman Bates and Leatherface, and his case exposed the darker side of rural isolation and mental illness. These infamous figures were more than killers. They were manipulators who hid behind masks of normalcy, each leaving a haunting legacy that reshaped society's perception of evil. Make sure to subscribe to Top 10 Highlights and stay tuned for Part 2, where we'll uncover even more disturbing tales from the dark side of history.